Ladies and gentlemen, what is up? It is your boy, Vito Gesualdi, pretending to have energy here this morning. I got a little bit of energy, a little bit of something in me. I think what is inside of me is a bit of anger, a bit of righteous anger. Not super angry. I understand the nature of business, of course, but this does seem a little bit shady and a little bit in trying to damage a hobby, which I greatly enjoy. Now, as some of you may know, I am a collector of vintage video games. You may see some on my shelf. I don't know if you can count the Switch as vintage, but I collect video games from across all platforms and eras. But I do like collecting old stuff, and the old stuff recently, the market over the past 10, 20 years has gone up, and some games have become very valuable. There's a lot of YouTube channels, in fact, dedicated to looking at valuable games. I know copies of games like Stadium Events, the Nintendo World cartridge. People know a lot about those sorts of things. But this is a new one. This is a new rarity, which I think some people may not have heard of, is the 9.4 graded, sticker-sealed Super Mario Brothers. And why should I explain it? How about we have the people of Pawn Stars explain it? Oh boy, let's take a look.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. I have this to offer you.
And this is...
This is the earliest sticker-sealed Super Mario Brothers Nintendo game.
All right, now, when he says sticker-sealed, I'm going to skip over their explanation because I want to use as little of their footage as possible because otherwise this video will get copyright claimed. When Nintendo first came to America to try and sell the original Nintendo, the Nintendo Entertainment System, the first thing they did was a test launch. Okay, they didn't immediately go, this is going to be a hit, we're going to release it everywhere. They did a test launch because they wanted to build excitement, show other, toy stores, look at how well this is selling. Now you should definitely stock more, kind of build hype. I believe they launched in New York and Los Angeles. I could be wrong about that. I believe it was 2 cities. And because, it was the initial launch, not everything was 100% ready to go, or however you want to put it. The games did not come sealed in shrink wrap the way the games come sealed normally. They came, it was basically just the box, and the top of it, I believe, had that kind of circular sticker that you see sometimes. These are called the sticker sealed games, and they are technically the very first Nintendo games, the ones that were sealed with a sticker. Mario Brothers is not a super rare game. Even a sealed Mario Brothers, it's rare, but again, it was Mario Brothers. Every copy of Nintendo came with a Mario Brothers for a period of time. So it's only these first test run sticker sealed versions that are rare, and we don't know, this might be the only one. I don't know if there are additional sticker sealed copies.
Oh, this isn't the shrink wrap version. This is the sticker sealed version.
He doesn't know. So see right there, first of all, Chumley's talking about, oh yeah, this is the sticker sealed one. He doesn't know. This whole thing, this Pawn Stars thing, let's be clear, this is some sort of, I don't know if this is a paid promotion or if it was just the Pawn Stars guys contacted them and said, hey, I saw you have an interesting thing. Let's do a fake segment on Pawn Stars where one of you pretends to bring this in. I want to say it's probably a paid promotion for, as you can see here, WATA Certified. So WATA Games is this company, and they're not the first company to do this, but they're kind of trying to take over that whole market, is this company, you know how comic books, you buy a comic book, you can get it graded. You can send it to a company, they'll seal it forever in plastic so no one's ever allowed to read it again, which is always confusing to me. But they'll take your game, they'll lock it in this case so that no one can ever play it or admire it. I mean, I guess you get to look at it in the case. Oh boy. And after that, then, you put it on your shelf and you pay them for whatever this. How much does it cost? Submit a game. Let me see here. So, it costs $55 to put it in a box? Holy Lord. And if I want a deep badge upgrade, okay, gentle cleaning, deep cleaning. Okay. Photo services. If you want to get all the bonuses to really make sure everybody knows your game is incredible, what is Reholder? $92 if you want to get the full deep clean and have them take pictures of it and put a nice lenticular badge on there. So what I see this as is not, you know, obviously a guy didn't bring his copy of Super Mario Brothers, because we'll get into that in a second. He's not trying to actually sell it. It's an ad, maybe a paid ad, for WADA certification.
How much do you want for it?
It's a piece of history. It's something that's hard for me to part with, but I would sell it for $1 million.
And notice that Rick isn't laughing at him because, again, this is a paid ad. Anyone else comes into the store, Rick goes, "You're an idiot. There's no way. I'm not going to pay that much money for a video game." But here he's got to be like, "Okay, yeah, let's bring in the guy," because they've had an agreement ahead of time. They're trying to promote video game collecting. It's complicated. Let me back it up. So this copy of Mario Brothers, this 9.4 sticker sealed copy of Mario, right here you can see it on Kotaku. They did an article about it. This sold earlier this same year for $100,000, not $1 million, $100,000. Okay, 1/10 of what they're trying to say it's worth now. So what this is a group of people. There was 3 people, and I have their names, and it's in this thing. 3 buyers. One of them's a coin dealer, game collector, Rick Leakey. One's video game store owner, Zach Yeeg. And here's the most important part. Jim Halperin, founder and co-chairman of collectible auction company Heritage Auctions. The sale was announced today by Heritage Auctions in a press release, which was also used to promote the fact that Heritage recently got into the business of selling WADA-certified collectible games at auction. So, this was not a private collector buying something for his collection. This was not a guy being like, "I'm going to pay $100,000 for a copy of Mario." This was 3 guys, all of whom are in the business of buying and selling video games, one of whom owns an auction house which is trying to get this off the ground and wants to establish a market that says these sealed games are worth $10,000, $20,000, $50,000, $100,000. Why? Because they profit from it. Okay? And these news articles, you know, being able to get out there and say, "Look, it's worth $100,000. Well, yeah, it's worth $100,000 because you put a random price on it. You found a guy who owned one, and you said, "Listen, we're going to pay you an obscene amount of money for it because we're going to turn this into our cash cow." Those 3 guys, not to mention they're working with WADA Games, who stands to make a fortune if everyone starts sending them their game to get closed up in plastic. So there's a weird little bit of market manipulation going on here. They want to convince people that video games are a valuable asset. Now, collecting video games, yeah, there's some rare games. There's some games that are worth, you know, even $1,000 or whatever you want to say. I don't think any game is worth $1 million. I really don't. I know it's the first Mario. But unlike, say, Action Comics #1, what does a copy of Action Comics #1 go for? Let me check. Okay. Action Comics #1, as many of you probably know, the first appearance of Superman, the greatest superhero of all time. The very first appearance of Superman. On August 24th, 2014, a 9.0 graded copy sold for $3 million. Now, let's think about that for a second. And let's compare and contrast to this copy of Mario. Action Comics #1, how many copies of this remain in existence? Okay, because this was first printed in 1938. There's probably less than 100 copies of this in the world that have not already been lost to the sands of time or thrown in a landfill or whatever else. And that's $3 million for, again, something that there's maybe 100 total copies of. And they want to say Mario's worth even a third of that? Again, this copy of Mario they have, it's not like there's only 100 Marios in the world. There's 1 million copies of Mario. I can buy you a copy of Mario right now for $1. Okay? So what they have to focus on the fact is like, well, but there's no copies of them that are sealed. Yeah, but why does that matter? If you own an original copy of Mario, you still own an original copy of Mario. You know, you own the first release of Mario. I don't understand how they've come up with this $1 million valuation. Yes, it might be the only one that still has a little circular sticker on the back, but I don't think collectors care about that. And it just doesn't seem nearly as rare as something like an Action Comics #1. Like this, yes, is actually rare. You can't just go on eBay and buy a copy of Action Comics #1, you know? Whereas Mario, I can get a copy anywhere in the world. Here's where we know it's an ad. They go, let's bring in our guy. We're going to bring in our guy from Wata Games. So this guy works for Wata Games.
So what makes this special, there's a lot of different indicators. First, you're going to see this sticker, so it's not shrink wrapped.
Okay, so that's the sticker. The sticker actually says Nintendo on it. So you're going to pay $1 million for a black sticker that has the word Nintendo on it. I mean, this, I'm going to say it's like this. It's like paying extra. It's like, what if a copy of Action Comics was $10 and someone came in and they said, yeah, but this copy has the original staples, so I want $3 million for it. Who cares?
So we don't know the exact number of copies that were printed in the first test market launch, but we're estimating it's somewhere around the 10,000 print run. And how many of those survived sealed? 1.
So he just said there were they estimate that of this first run, this test run of Mario's, there's 10,000 of them. 10,000? But you're going to tell me because nobody cracked the sticker, it's worth $1 million? I mean, look, money is arbitrary. People will pay money for a shark encased in a tank, whatever the hell that stupid art installation is. I know it's whatever somebody wants to put a price tag on something, but again, I know they want to make this like comic collecting, but comic collecting, it makes sense to me why these would have huge price tags. I mean, Detective Comics, what is it? The first appearance of Batman? Is it number 27? DC Comics themselves does not have a complete copy of Detective Comics number 27. That's how rare it is. The owners and creators of Batman, they have a copy that's like missing a cover and like falling apart. That's how few copies of this exist. You know, these are all from the 1940s. They're 80 years old at this point. Mario's 30 years old. There's still plenty of places to go find Mario. And then Rick, of course, goes, I'm not buying your stupid Mario for $1 million. Get out of my store. He's actually, but again, he can't be mean because this is a paid promotion for all of these companies. Okay? Look, even when he tells the guy, he's like, yeah, I don't know. I can't afford it. Goodbye.
I understand.
So have a great day. I learned a lot, and obviously I have a lot of research to do.
So, again, this is a great ad for everybody involved. All these guys who I'm sure have hoarded. Here's the thing. They're saying this is the only copy, the only sticker sealed copy. I bet these guys have hoarded a couple copies. They want to convince everyone this one's worth $1 million. So a couple years down the line, they can go, oh my God, we found a second sticker sealed copy. Can you believe it? Oh, we found a third sticker sealed copy. They're playing a game. And the problem is they're kind of trying to ruin game collecting. I never understood sealed game collecting. I have some sealed games and I hate it, honestly. Like the only reason I have them is because I assume at some point I can sell them for money because these dumb collectors who want to buy sealed stuff are out there, and then go and just buy an unsealed copy for half the price. Because I actually like to pull the games out and look at them and read the manuals and play them. God forbid, play a video game. Can you believe it? These guys want to make the hobby into something where rich people who have too much time and money on their hands, they go, I don't know, I want to invest in something. I'll buy a Banksy, I'll buy a Picasso, let's buy a couple Marios while we're at it. They want it to be a thing where rich people should add to their portfolio of garbage. People who probably don't care about game collecting at all. It's just something that, whatever. It's another investment. It's another piece of art for them to own and hold on to, wait for it to appreciate in price, and then sell it. Basically turn game collecting into another stock market, comic collecting type thing. I really think, though, I don't think they're going to succeed because people, yes, video games are important and some games are rare. But no game is ever going to be as rare as a copy of an Action Comics #1. Okay, these video games get printed tens of thousands of copies most of the time. So trying to then switch it around and be like, okay, the games are really common, but ones that have a stupid Nintendo sticker on them are super rare. No, not really. Like, yeah, technically, but not in a way that anyone cares. If you want to own a copy of Mario, let's take a look real quick. How much is a copy of Super Mario in the box? Super Mario Brothers 5 screw, $75. You get it in the box. All right. 5 screw, $140. $100 hang tag. Now, these aren't the sticker sealed versions. I don't know what you would even look for those. 5 screw. Yeah, they're going for like $200, $150, which seems reasonable to me. I honestly think it's more reasonable to get one for like, yeah, like $70, $80. Again, do you know how many copies of Mario they printed? So many. Like an absurd number of Marios. I'm looking on eBay right now. They got 1 million of these you could buy. It's just not the same thing as these comics where there's, you know, maybe 100 copies of Action Comics, maybe 5 of the copies haven't completely fallen apart. It's not the same. I think what they're doing, it's a smart scam what they're doing, trying to promote it, trying to get you to pay $90 for them to lock your game up in a box where you can never play it again. But good luck with that, man. I really hope you guys fail. I hope this, you know, little tour of your 9.4 sticker sealed Mario, I don't know, man. I don't buy it. I'm not buying it. This all seems like a scam. It ain't worth $1 million. And I really honestly hope it'll never be worth $1 million because that's insane. It doesn't make any sense. Ladies and gentlemen, please like and subscribe in the comments. Let me know. Do you think a copy of Mario is worth $1 million? A game you can go on eBay and buy right now for $100 at the most. If you want a regular copy, just a cartridge, $5. It's a $5 game. Every Nintendo came with a Mario. Are you gonna pay $1 million to get yourself a sticker on it? Let me know, because I'm not doing it. I'll spend my $1 million on something important like that shark. We got more cool videos coming soon. Peace and love in 2020. And stickers. Just sticker seal everything, man. Get your millions. Doesn't make any sense.